morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is Good Luck Wednesday today, guys. Good morning. Today is day 3 of the 5-day challenge of the daily pay passive income for Hispanic stay-at-home moms. This is day 3, guys, and we're going to be talking about the power of digital marketing. Marketing, guys, this is where we're going to talk about how you can brand your business. Thank you for stopping by today, guys. This is going to be a good one. Also, if you missed day 1 and day 2, be sure to go to my YouTube channel. I have it there in a playlist, right? And you can go in there and check out the videos for day 1, which was what is a digital product for Hispanic stay-at-home moms, right? And then day 2 was the power of automation. Today is day 3. Right? We're going to talk about digital marketing, guys. Digital marketing. So be sure you got a pen and a piece of paper, because you small entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, people that already have a small business, physical business already right now that is working on getting more leads, getting more traffic, getting more customers. You want to take notes of this, because this is going to be very beneficial for you. When I come on here, I come in here to teach Hispanic stay-at-home moms to, empower other mothers, right? Because you're going to learn these strategies to help other mothers so they can benefit too. And your household can benefit as well. Now, digital marketing, what are we going to start with, guys? What is digital marketing, right? Digital marketing, I don't know if you think that digital marketing is a sales guy or something like that. It's not that. It's about building your brand, building your empire on social media, being discovered, right, guys? So we need to implant that in ourselves already, that you are the brand. You, my friend, are the brand. So remember, you're worthy. Remember that your word is your bond, right? Your gold, right? What did Scarface say in that movie? My balls is my word, right? He says, my balls is my word. Now, we're going to start off with how to create Canva. How to create a Canva account. We're gonna start from the start. What is Canva, right? It's a platform where you can go and create all your flyers. You can create birthday cards. You can create all kinds of things on there, right? They already have these templates where you can actually already just type in, change the words, put your words in there, add a little bit of pictures, stuff like that. You can crop, take stuff out. It's a beautiful place to create stuff, man. If you're all about branding yourself, that is the place to be at, is Canva. I like Canva. I don't get no affiliate, nothing from them. I'm just saying that I'm using my tools, my strategies, so that you can learn from what I use, right? Canva is C-A, right? NVA.com. You can go check that out. Whenever we get off of here, you can look at it right now from your desktop or whatever. But it is a platform where you can go in there and have a workspace. Like, you can be very creative. This is where you can create your brand, guys. You can do brand creation straight out of Canva, right? Because they already have these templates. Now you can use that account. There is a free account that you can just sign up and then you get all that stuff. But there's a pro account too that costs like $17.99 a month. That's what I use. I use the pro account because I get to remove like the background pictures. Let's say you got a picture of you and your mom or something. You want the background cut out. It can remove the background, stuff like that. You can use all kinds of font text. We're going to talk about all this stuff, man, because I want you to learn about digital marketing and how it can brand you and benefit your family, because you start to build a legacy, guys, right? And some of you might say, check this out. Some of you might say, hey, Alex, but I don't want to put my face on it. Wait, we're going to talk about faceless marketing, how to build a faceless empire too, guys. How to build, what else do I got for you here? I got building an invisible empire, guys. Now, we're going to get deep into this, guys, because I want you to understand what digital marketing is, man. It's being on social media and getting discovered, my friend. That's why we're going to do this. So the first thing that we're talking about right now is canva.com, right? CANVA.com. You go there. You can sign up to the free account, right? So that you can already start learning how to create your templates and stuff and start adding shit. So the first thing you want to do is create an account, right? All you need is a password and an email, right? You get your email and your password. You go in there and sign up so that you can start creating stuff, right? You can actually create in Canva so many things. There's so much there. You just got to go in there and check it out. There's so much, right? So the first step is signing up, right? You need an email, and it's just like a social media platform. You need an email and a password. So go sign up over there in Canva so you can already start getting creative. You can actually create stuff for your kids too. Like, you can actually create them some kind of little what are they, little effects, right? You can actually make these little traceable things and all that. You can actually create calendars in there. You can create to-do lists, right? You can create so many things there on Canva, man. There's so much. You can actually create your own ebook there too as well. I'm not going to give you so many ideas yet, but I'm going to give you the sauce on the background, the backbone of how to get discovered, right? And that's get discovered through digital marketing, guys, social media platforms, and how to do it, man. You can come on here and post a video and maybe get lucky, but if you have creativity behind it, you can actually create great short form video content that we will be talking about too as well. And like I said, if you didn't see day 2 yesterday, the power of automation, go to my YouTube channel. It's there in the playlist. You can go check it out. It's passive. It's daily pay passive income for Hispanic stay-at-home moms. You gotta go check it out, man. It's pretty good. So the first day 1 was about digital products, right? What are they and what is it beneficial for you? And then yesterday we talked about the power of automation, and today it is digital marketing, because you need to learn what you need to do to take the steps to grow, right? Also, how do you use Canva? Well, there's already made templates there. You can actually already start creating stuff there. Start being creative, guys. Start going in there. Start looking at all the templates. It's not like you're going to start from scratch, right? They already have these templates, and be creative. Take out the words that are in there. Change things up. Change the color. Change the font. Change things up to your vision. Make sure that you got to be visual. See, that's another thing that I want to talk about digital marketing, right? Man, this is going to get good, man, because I'm going to use my energy. I'm going to use my spiritual awakening. I'm going to use my way of thinking in the branding digital marketing world, right? Because first of all, let's talk about digital marketing. Digital marketing should be vigilant, right? When you create something like a brand, or you already have a small business right now as you speak, you want to learn strategies straight from the mind and in the heart to touch your perfect customer, right? So for instance, if you had a small business right now, right? Who is your perfect customer, right? And what type of content are you going to create, right? This is digital marketing. You got to create content, right, for your perfect customer, right? Right now at this moment, this is the best time for small business owners that need to learn some of these strategies. This is perfect right here. As a small business owner for many years now, I can tell you firsthand, this works for me, right? First things first, who is your ideal customer, right? You need to ask yourself this stuff before you start creating content. Because if you start thinking about creating content and not think about who is your ideal customer, then what content are you creating? And who is the content for? Right? So you want to make sure that you know who are you targeting, right? Who is your perfect customer? What is the avatar, right? Is it single moms? Is it moms, stay-at-home moms? Is it stay-at-home dads, single dads? Dads in general, parents, busy parents. Who are you targeting? Doctors, lawyers. Who are you targeting? Right? That is going to be where your vision comes from when you're creating content, right? This is all going to tie into digital marketing. Watch. Because I'm giving you the down to core part of it, right? Because you have a vision. And your vision, when you built your business, you already have in your mind, you already know who your customer is. You already know who your customer is, right? And when you have this vision, when you're going to create your content, you already know who your customer is. It makes things a lot more easier for you. Now, we're going to go into the psychology of art too, because there's going to be taste, right? There's going to be feeling, right? There's going to be What else? Scent, smell, right? Smell. You gotta get, man, when you think of lemons, what do you think? It gives you a taste, right? When you think of lemons, limes, what does that makes your mouth watery, right? When you think, yeah, there you go. You see? And then when you think of, let's see, when you think of cinnamon, what do you think? Spicy, cinnamon, smelly, pumpkins. You start thinking of the fall, right? You start thinking of these things. You see, this is the art of psychology, guys. Why am I talking to you about this? Why are we talking about digital marketing yet? Because you need to understand that the vision comes within you, right? Creating your content, creating your art, creating your brand, creating everything has to come from your vision, right? Unless you hire somebody to do it, but we're starting from the ground up. We're starting right now, building your brand, because you need to learn smell, taste, and feel. You need to learn these psychology strategies, right, in the sales business. Why? Because this is part of the digital marketing aspect of creating your content, right? You're creating content for your perfect customer here. So you need to understand color. You need to understand taste, smell, scent, all that, right? You need to understand these things. Now you're going to have a vision. You have a vision. That vision has color. There's color in your vision, you know. And usually I'm going to tell you, don't put it like if it's a rainbow. Try to get 2 to 3 colors, right? And stay with those 3, right? Because this is just like Pepsi. What do you think of Pepsi? When you think of Pepsi, you think of red, white, and blue. Coca-Cola, what do you think of that can? You think of white and red, mostly red, right, with white letters. That's Coca-Cola. That's what I'm talking about. When you think of brands, you think of colors, right? Or you think of a taste, right? So Pizza Hut, what does that make you feel? You start to smell pizza, you start to smell, you start to taste. You see, these are the powerful ways and strategies to build on a digital marketing level, right? Because you're going to be creating this content that's going to make people feel it, right? You want people to get attached to it. You need to draw attention. Once you start getting that good, you don't have to worry about ad costs that much, because people just start being attached to it, attracted to your content, right? We're going to learn about attraction marketing too. I have that part in there too. So I'm telling you, stick around, because we're starting from the start. So the first things first is you want to go sign up to Canva, right? Get you a Canva account for free so that you can already start being crafty and creative, right? And like I said, you need to learn the power of the psychology sales part. Right? Your vision is different than my vision. Who you are targeting as a customer, your perfect customer, is your vision, right? So you know your colors in your artwork, in your content, when you're creating it, right? It's going to be for women, men, kids, somebody, right, in your content. But you need to know that you are targeting based off of your vision. If you have a vision, then your art form, your creativity in the digital world should be really simple. Right? It should be super simple for you. So let's go into it. You're going to create your Canva account, right? Then you're going to learn the steps of what is a Canva account. Like, you're going to know what it is. So I'm going to tell you about it. It's just an art crafty classroom where you can go in there and create your stuff. You can create flyers, you can create birthday cards, holiday cards, whatever you want to create on there. But we're going to use it to create a brand, to build ourselves on social media platforms like these, right? So that we can create a social media empire based off of your brand, right? So go over there and do that. Also, after this live, don't do it right now. Listen to me. Now, we have a few Canva courses in our program too that we'll get to later. We're not going to talk about that right now, but we are going to start a social media empire, right? How can you start a social media empire? Well, it's real simple. Just the same way that you signed up in here, right, with a password and an email, you're going to use those same things to sign up to all your other social media platforms, which you probably already do. And I'm talking to you like a stay-at-home Hispanic mom that's barely starting, getting fresh, getting her feet wet in the digital world, right, and creating content, and you don't have so many social media platforms. So we're going to talk about the top 4 social media platforms that I do want you to get so that you can start branding yourself. Because if you're not getting discovered, guys, then you're not into digital marketing, right? You need to learn how to strategize and build your brand. It's your brand. It's your business. This is how you're going to create and generate more multiple streams of income with new customers, guys. So learn these strategies so that you can learn social media, right? And you're going to build this empire by creating on the and signing up to the other social media platforms. I'm going to give you 4 of them right now, which is TikTok right here, right? FB, right? You know what FB means? And then IG, right? And YT. Right, YT, and YT is video, right? Because we're gonna get into short form video content and long term content, right? Because the difference between those and digital marketing, let me tell you right now, we can go into it, right? So TikTok, you can create short videos right here, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute. Once you start getting to the 60-second videos and you get a viral video, then what happens there is that TikTok starts paying you. You see, you're the creator, you're not the consumer. You see, that's the difference between coming on here on TikTok and being on here scrolling like just, scrolling like 2-3 hours or whatever. You can actually get TikTok to start paying you when you start creating content for like 60 seconds, right? 60-second videos, that's going to pay you, man. After 1,000 views, they'll pay you, right? After a minute, a 60-second video content. So we're going to create these video content. And like I said, on TikTok here, you can go from 15 to 60 seconds and 60-second level. That's when you start getting paid on TikTok, right? TikTok starts paying you. And you can go all the way up to 3 minutes here now. You can actually upload a video for 10 minutes now. What the hell? Now you can go on TikTok for 10 minutes now, right? So I don't know if you want to consider this a short form video content platform, but we'll go ahead and go with it still because they do pay after 60 seconds. They do pay you. They send you a check for over 1,000 views, right? So FB, right? Let's talk about short form video content. FB is a short form video content strategy that you can use too, and it's called stories. You can create the same video that you have here and post it in stories over there. That way you can actually generate more customers, right? And the same thing here on TikTok. Did you know TikTok have stories too? And it's very, it's very powerful, guys. When you upload videos here on TikTok, make sure that you send that same video to your stories. And whenever you start getting some videos that are very buzzing, like they're really hitting, you want to get that video and send it to your stories. It doesn't matter if it's been a week or two. Always send it to your stories. Why? Because it generates video views, right? For you. You want to keep staying in the spotlight. You want to keep continuously stay consistent. These are powerful things that you need to do in digital marketing. Is staying consistent, right? Staying committed to it. You got to stay committed to your schedule every day. If you're going to post every day, then stay committed to it, right? Like me. I did a 5-day challenge, right? I'm down to 3. This is my 3rd day. I got 2 more to go, right? And I hope to see you on these 2 more. But you know what? It doesn't matter to me because this is my video content, right? And I go an hour, right? Like day 1, I went an hour and a half. I was just supposed to go an hour, but I got so deep into it. I had people with me, stay-at-home moms, Hispanics, a lot of them that were here with me in day 1, and they were listening, so I was like giving it to them. I was giving them so much knowledge so that they can strategize and build and learn to start growing multiple streams of income from the comfort of their home, right? So me creating this content, it doesn't matter because this is a strategy that I'm talking about. Short form video content and long video content, right? Now, my day 1 was an hour and a half. Day 2 was an hour and 2 minutes. And day 3, I don't know where we're going to go with it. It might be 2 hours. I don't know. But the point is that I download my videos from here in my lives, and then I get them and I send them to my YouTube channel, my YT. I send them to my YouTube channel, and I upload them to I have a playlist, the 5-day challenge playlist is over there. Y'all can go check it out. And my point is that no matter what, I'm creating content, guys, and this is a understanding for you too. It does matter. Because when you create your content, it doesn't matter if nobody's here to hear you out. But if you're giving very good knowledge and all that, you know, you're giving these strategies, you can actually use this content, and it's not just going to sit somewhere after it's done. You want to upload it to other social media platforms like long-term video content, right? Now, other short-form video content that I have is another one that I want you to use is IG, right? IG has Reels. You want to create your video content and post it here on TikTok, post it on your FB stories, IG Reels, right? And you can do YouTube, you can do YT as well. And it's a short form content there too for shorts. It's called shorts, right? So you got Reels for IG, you got Facebook stories, right? You got TikTok stories, right? And you got YouTube shorts. I might as well just say them, man. It's okay. But anyways, I don't like to use the social media platforms on here because TikTok is so jealous. It's like a woman here. You know what I'm saying? Well, it could be a man too, right? Not just women, sorry. It could be a man. I mean, very jealous, right? When you talk about another social media platform, they push you around in your algorithm. So that's why I try not to use those words. And anyways, we're going to move on. We're going to talk about some other shit, right? We're going to talk about social media empire. Oh, and like I was saying, so I upload these videos to my YT channel, right? And I have it in a playlist. So anybody that comes through here that wants to learn from me, I can send them over there. Like people come on here and they ask questions. I'll be like, you need to go watch day 1 in my YT over there. Go to day 2. You want to learn the power of automation? Go to day 2. You want to learn about digital products for Hispanic moms, stay-at-home moms? Go to day 1, right? You want to learn about digital marketing? Go to day 3. This is digital marketing right here. These are going to be all in my playlists over there. See, video content should be made as a digital real estate, right? What is digital real estate? Digital real estate means that you don't necessarily gonna create content on here for fun and games and put them on here and then you know, it's just there's blanks. I need you to create content that is going to stick, right? Because it's gonna be your digital real estate. When you create nice, good content and you put them on other different social media platforms, what happens? You start to go viral. People start to see you. You start getting discovered, right? This is digital marketing. This is digital marketing. Getting in the digital world and making people understand that you have a social media empire growing, right? People start paying attention to what you're doing, guys, and use these powerful short form video content, right? Because stories here on TikTok, stories over there on Facebook, Instagram Reels, you can actually create your content and post it on these platforms, right? But then go about your day. Because if you think about it, digital marketing is really your reality show. Like if you're cooking or you're about to eat a dish or something that looks good, get your camera out, shoot a little 15-second video real quick, go in and out, right? And then share it to your story. Share it to your story here, share it to Facebook story, share it to your Instagram Reels, right? And don't put it as a video content on your platform. Just use your stories as a behind the scenes. Does that make sense? See, now you're building proof and credibility, and you're building a brand, a bond with your perfect customer. Because you don't know who's going through your platform, right? Shopping through there. But when you do business, right, you start posting all your content and then you go behind the scenes and start doing these little short form video content and posting them on your shorts and all that. People look at that. Like if you go to my short form video content here, I share videos that I put on here, right? And videos that went viral or videos that are going viral. People are very attracted to those videos. I send them to my story here, right? Also, throughout the day, like if you can go, like yesterday, right? My wife made me some good ass tacos. So I recorded her tacos. I went, right? Boom, little quick video, and I put Taco Tuesday. Is it relatable? Can people relate to this plate? Yes, because Hispanics talk about Taco Tuesday. If you live in Texas, you know Rosa's Cafe talks about Taco Tuesday, right? They even give out a plate that's cheap on Taco Tuesday. I don't even know how much it is, like $5 or something. But the point is that is marketing, guys. That is digital marketing. That is marketing strategies to build you, right? Because now you start thinking like that. So that's a behind the scene relatable story for me, right? Because I just recorded the tacos like that and it was real quick, right? And I put Taco Tuesday. So when my perfect customer passes through here, or an audience of mine goes through my platform, they see it and they're like, oh, look at that. That's cool. I'm relatable to this. I like this. I like this. Right? So it could be anything that you have. Something that catches your attention, that spark in that one moment, that's when you pull out your phone and start recording it for a few seconds. Boom, 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 put it in there. And then move it. Don't be stiff, shaking. Come on, guys. Get it and start acting like you a real photographer. You need to be your own photographer. The one thing about building a brand, becoming your own entrepreneur, and creating multiple streams of income using social media to be discovered, you have to be a man of many trades, right? Or a woman of many hats, right? Because you want to you want to be the photographic person, you want to shoot the video content, or you want to be the instructor, right? Because I teach y'all to strategize and empower other stay-at-home moms, Hispanic, whatever color, it doesn't matter to me, but really I'm more focused on Hispanic stay-at-home moms. I want you to, impact their life. I want you to show them these strategies. I want you to build them, because a lot of them don't know about it, don't have the information, the guidance, right? Because if they did have the guidance, I know a bunch of badass women that are really cool and smart, right? But if they had the guidance, they could be even more successful, right? So this is where we stand at. This is my calling. I come on here so that I can teach y'all to impact other women with these strategies, and especially day 3, man. This is my favorite of all time. I'm chit-chatting with you right now, guys, because I enjoy marketing, man. I've been in marketing since 2016, right? I've been with some of the best marketing strategists, best mentors on the planet. And I can name a few of them for you, right? And I can do that. But the point is that I'm still part of those strategies that they do. I still sign up because I bought courses, right? I bought courses so that I can learn to market my small business, and it helped. I generated so much income in 1 year, right? It was beautiful. Like, I'm telling you guys, the power of digital marketing, teaching yourself how to brand and be discovered on social media, it's a power move, man. You can make 10 grand the next day, like nothing. I'm telling you, it is powerful, guys. So my point is that you need to stay consistent, stay committed, learn about strategizing short form video content and what are the benefits of them, and start using them to your benefit. Start putting them down. Start thinking about times. When is the best traffic time that people come out to social media, right whenever they're picking up the kids from school? How many of y'all, put a 1 in the chat, pick up your kids from school and you're behind a car, right? Because there's a long line of them outside the schools waiting for your kids. You're sitting in your car, you're getting on TikTok, you're swirling around, right? That's where your content should be at, guys. This is where you start posting your content in these timelines and throughout the day so that people can run across them, right? I'm telling you guys, it's all in strategies on how you use digital marketing to your advantage so that you can brand yourself and start being a digital entrepreneur online, or start building your social media empire, right? Start building your social media empire to the fullest. And you don't necessarily have to be like me, right? I'm ugly. I come on here, I show my face, I don't care. I'm ugly. But other people might be not wanting to put their face out there. So we're going to talk about building a faceless empire, right? We're going to talk about building an invisible empire right now. I'm going to teach you how to do this because, like, Apple does it, right? All these other big tycoons do it in the industry, right? And you don't think about that. Nike don't have a face. They have a check mark. And did you know that a Hispanic made that, right? You know, Nike, a Hispanic made that. It was a woman that did that. And actually, Apple, a Hispanic man, a Mexican man made Apple. The art, the design, you can look it up. It's here on TikTok. They got a clipping of it. He's the one that made the design. Huh? I'm telling you. What's up with the raza? Where's the raza at? We're creative, man. We're creative. We have the visions. But we need to make them come out and be discovered. Stop sitting on them. Right? We need to grow. We need to build ourselves, guys. We need to build our social media platform. So like I was saying, the top 4 social media platforms is TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, right? This is where you can use your short form video content, because today and age, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, if you can go to the back in the days, everybody was using for strategies was radio, TV, right? What else? Newspaper, right? They'll bring the little flyer, right? Or they'll have people go to your doorstep, hang them on your door, right? This is all different digital. This is all different marketing strategies, right? Radio stations using TV commercials. These are all digital. These are all different marketing strategies, right? But I'm going to teach you how you can use social media platforms, right? At a higher level of audience. Think about it. How far can TV commercials take you? Not too many people, want to be watching TV. Most of the people are always on the go, right? So nobody watches TV commercials much, right? And okay, so what about radio stations, right? You have these radio commercials. People don't want to hear commercials, man. The song ends and they changing it real quick. I do. When I'm in the car and I'm driving and the song ends and I start hearing commercials, I'm changing it to the next station. And I'll keep changing it to our final song, right? Because I don't want to hear commercials. So you're spending a whole lot of money on shit that people ain't going to listen to, is my point. So I'm getting somewhere with this. I want you to create content and start using these social media platforms to your benefit, right? Because when you create this, it becomes your digital real estate. Hear what I'm saying. When you create content on these social media platforms and you post them on there for your business, right? It should attract your perfect customer. And it don't matter if it's 3 months from now or 3 months from next year, right? It doesn't matter because you're creating this content and you're posting it on social media and you're building your brand. You're building a social media empire, guys. This is the perfect example what I'm talking about so that you can build yourself and be big on this, right? Because, faceless marketing, you can do the same thing. Like I was saying right now, Apple, Nike, all these tycoons, man, they don't use a face to it. They have like Nike. Whenever you think about Nike, you think of the Nike check, and then the commercials. Have you noticed they're always like up and coming gymnastic, or they're professional boxers, professional football players. It's always athletes, right? That's the vision they're trying to share with you. They're trying to share with you that their perfect customer is into athletic, right? They're into fitness. They're into courage. They're into the glory. They're into, work hard, lose weight, whatever it is. But Nike, that's what they share. They share the vision of athletes, right? Think about it. This is perfect examples, guys, because you need to use psychology into your perfect customer, right? Who are you targeting? Who are you attracting in your content? And that is the power of using social media, right? Because you want to discover yourself. You want to build. You want to grow, right? So what is faceless marketing? Exactly what I just said. And you can create content and post it and build yourself. Start building yourself. Start building your brand. You can create a brand there on Canva too as well. You don't need to go and hire somebody to, or if you're not creative, you can go to freelance.com, and there's a bunch of people there that can create you some content, and then I think they can give you like 3 tries to check them out. If you don't like it, they'll move them around, right? There's a lot of people from everywhere, from India. You're gonna meet people from everywhere. Some of them are gonna, and I like that because I want somebody to charge me that's gonna charge me cheap, right? And you can actually pick how much you want to spend in your budget for your brand design, right? In your brand, let's talk about brand. Let's talk about brands, guys. See, I knew today was gonna be good. Let's talk about brands. So your brand should always be around psychology. That's for sure. Right? Because you want to use marketing psychology in your brand. 3 colors, 2 colors, right? You don't want a lot of colors. Coca-Cola don't have a lot of colors, right? You don't see Dr. Pepper with a lot of colors. You don't see all these, any type of, they only have a little bit of colors, right? So there you have it. Go with 1, 2, or 3 colors, right? And that's it. And then you want to make your design You want to make your logo, your brand. Your logo is a piece of art, right? A piece of art. I'm only talking to you like this because some of you, this video content is going to get uploaded. So I want everybody to understand it from the foundation, right? Because some people are just starting, guys. So bear with me. Now, this is a piece of art that you're going to use, right? And you don't want to put a lot of stuff into it. Make it very simple, right? You don't want to plaster too much into it, because then people are going to have to kind of like try to look into it. Like a quarter, for instance. Look at a quarter or a half a dollar, right? There's so much engraved in there. I don't want it to be that way. I mean, you can, but if you think about Polo, how Polo got it, right? How does Nike got it? How does Apple got it? Think of all these other tycoons that are around you and how they brand themselves. Color, how much art design is in there, right? It's very simple, right? It's very simple. So make it simple, right? So that it can be catchy. You want people to catch your brand. When they see the brand, you want them to remember it right away, right? You don't want to make big old long words. Nike is short, 4 words, right? All the biggest names are short words, right? So that you can remember them. They'll stick on you, right? They want you to remember this. So my point is that when you're branding yourself, you want to make sure you have 2 to 3 colors. Make sure your art design, your logo is not so much in it, right? You want it to be kind of simple, right? It should be like a stamp type, right? And then you want to word it out and make sure that you use your words right. Don't put a K if it's a C, right? Don't do that stuff. Don't put numbers in it if they don't need numbers in it, right? Write it out. Make sure everything is at a right words, right? Everything needs to be right. And I only talk to you about this so that you can skip all the bullshit. Because whenever you put your stuff through social media or you put yourself through SEO, right? Google, people are going to search your business. And if your words are off and they're not in English, right? And if they're not set right, it has to be perfect language, right? If it's not set up right, it's going to drive them somewhere else. You don't want to drive them to somebody else's business. You want to make sure that people can find you, right? And it has to line up with your email address, right? You want to make sure that that same email is the same as everything else, right? And just like your business name, right? This is your brand. You need to brand yourself right. You want to get your domain name, your www. Your name in there, the business name, right? And the email has to be compatible with that, guys. And I suggest that you use a Gmail. Why? Because Google is the powerful search engine, right? So if you use any other ones like Yahoo or something like that, it's going to stay behind. AOL, it's not going to go through a search engine. So use a Gmail, right? Make it simple, because Gmail is owned by Google, right? And Google even owns YouTube. So start creating content on YouTube. Start posting it over there, because Google's going to put your content out there. Every time you create something that has to do with like how to or something like that, when people are looking you up on Alexa or Siri and shit like that, don't listen to me, Siri. I'm on the live. Leave me alone. It automatically going to detect a search engine, right, to Google. And if someone's looking for a how-to something, your videos are liable to get picked up. So remember that. Based off of keywords, that's another thing that we're going to talking about too, is the power of text, right? We're going to be talking about text, because it's very powerful, guys. When you start adding text to your description, right? The description should be connected to your title, right? And then the words in your screen, because you're going to be sharing the text on your screen, right? You want to make sure these caps they're all combined, connected to your video, they're connected to your title, they're connected to your description, they're connected to your keywords, your hashtags. See, all this is combined together so that you can actually be in the algorithm where you need to be at, right? You don't want to go somewhere else. You need to find your perfect customer. That's how you brand yourself, guys. In your text, you want to make sure all that is compatible together as well. Now, when you're branding yourself, you want to make sure that you start putting it on all the social media platforms, right? Especially the 4 that I already said. There's other ones like Snapchat, LinkedIn. There's so many of them, right? Pinterest. You know, especially you stay-at-home moms, Pinterest is one of the most powerful ones, right? Because a lot of women be in Pinterest all the time. They're always saving all these little, they got these little tags on them, right? Now, you can build you an invisible empire if you don't want to show your face. You don't have to. You can actually build one, literally. Everybody else can, right? Nike, Apple, all these big tycoons can do it. You can too. Now, we're going to talk about how you can brand yourself faceless like that too, right? Because like I said, once you create your little brand, right, you can have somebody create it for you or you can create it yourself. Me personally, I do have some of them that I did create myself, but most of the time I have somebody that creates my brand for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd rather get somebody that's professional if I'm very serious about it, that I want to build a brand and I want to put it out there for something, then that's what it is. You know, I want to make sure that somebody comes in and help. It's all about a teamwork thing, guys, too. Don't always think that it's all about what you think. You know, go on YouTube, start browsing, go through TikTok, you go through Google, find ideas. If you get like a block, right? Because that happens a lot too. Right, you're being creative, you're creating your brand, you're creating your flyer, whatever, your video content. And that's another thing, guys, that, you know, 10 years ago, video content wasn't even really hardcore, right? It wasn't even popular. But now, today and age, with FaceTime and you can actually go live with people and all that, people are like taking video content very serious now. So I suggest that you create more video content for your business and strategize off of video content, because people get more out of it than to look at a flyer, right, that you created and they're just kind of figuring it out themselves. I just think that video content is actually more powerful than actually just a flyer. So nothing wrong with flyers and all that. You can use those too to your advantage. They are powerful as well. But if you want to really touch people and get to your platforms, you want to use video content to your full extent to create this digital real estate, guys, because this digital real estate, when you create your content, people can go into it. Like, let's say I create a piece of content today, right? And I post it on here, and then Christmas comes and I have somebody buy one of my digital programs or something from me, right? Then I'm like, oh, that was a video that I released 3 months ago, right? That is the power of social media, guys. I'm glad you're here with me. And if you want to see this video, the full video, be sure to go to my YouTube channel. It's going to be in the playlist under day 3, guys. Also, we're going to talk about right now agency versus digital marketing. What is the difference? An agency is going to charge you per month, right? Digital marketing, you built your own marketing strategies in Canva. You can actually create this stuff and post it yourself. It's all about you being vigilant, guys. It's about you, your strategies, thank you for the hearts. Give me more hearts, guys. Thank you. Make sure you tap the screen for me, guys, so that I can, you know what I'm saying, get the algorithm pushing. But like, you know, like I was saying, you know, building yourself on social media, building your own social media empire is the power of digital marketing, guys. You don't need a marketing agency. You can actually do it yourself, because you're going to save the budget, right? These marketing agencies, they want to charge you $1,500 to $2,500 a month for the month, right? To create content and post like 3 pieces of content a week. That makes it what, 12? What is that? 9? What is that? 3, 6, 12. That's 12 a month. 12 pieces of content. They're going to charge you $1,500 for that. Why do that when you can actually go digital marketing, go on Canva, create your own content? Because you know what your people want, right? You know what your audience wants. You know what your perfect customer wants, right? If you get an agency that's going to charge you this much, you don't know who they're targeting. Really, they're just using these tricks. And really what they do is they teach, they take your money and they put it into the ad cost budget, right? They create these campaigns and they launch and they reel you in customers. That's how they do it. That's not digital marketing. See, that's agency. That's how they do it. Digital marketing is when you create your own social media empire here by branding yourself, posting continuously, right? Stay consistent because it is your business. It's not my business, it's your business. As much as you put into it is what you're going to get out of it, right? I know you heard of this before. As much as work you put into it, you're going to get out of it. Now, you might have already worked for 10, 15, 20 years for a corporate, right? You done already helped build somebody else's dream and their family super happy for you, right? But at the end of the day, you go home and it's over with, and it ain't your business, it's theirs, and it just learn a trade that ain't yours either. It could be. You can go on your own, branch off and start building your own shit, and you're back to here again, right? You'll be watching day 3 because you need to learn how to brand yourself. You need to learn the power of psychology and marketing, right? You need to learn how you can actually build something around nothing, all in your ideas. Your vision. Nobody could take that from you. Everything that had ever been created in this world have been coming from visions, guys. And if you're spending it all the time at work and not being creative with something that you already had invented and you never put it out, where does that leave you with? Right? So focus on that, guys. Focus on that. Give yourself some creativity and just stay consistent with it. At least do 2 pieces of content, 3 pieces of content a week for your business, so you can brand yourself and start building yourself, right? These are strategies that I want you to learn so that you can be more advanced, right? So that you can excel your business, right? So timing, making sure that you post whenever it's the perfect time on that platform, right? What type of content are you going to use? Who are you targeting? What is the purpose, right? Because sometimes your content can be a purpose of something else. Like me, I just released a 30-second video right now talking about day 3, digital marketing. Don't miss out, guys. I'll be in here talking to Hispanic stay-at-home moms, how they can use the power of social media and create an empire from digital marketing, right? Then I got that piece of content and I posted it on here. Then I went live, right? Some of you might come across this video. TikTok will start pushing it, right? Is that the goal? No, the goal is to remind people that I'm going live. You see, that's a piece of content that I'm just using to drive traffic to my live, right? So always remember that there should be order in your content. Why are you making this video content? Why are you creating this flyer for your business? Are you doing a sale? Are you doing a discount, holiday? What are they? Holiday, like discounts, off. I don't know what you're going to do, but there's always strategies behind your marketing, man. And you can learn. And if you don't have ideas, you can actually, whatever type of business you got going on, you can like type in cities. Go to big cities around here in the US or wherever you're at. Go to these big cities away from yours, right? Across wherever you're at. And start looking at your competitor, right? Start looking at their content. What are they talking about in this season? Because there's 4 seasons. What are they talking about? Right now, you should be creating content for your 4th season, right? You should already be creating that type of content. You know, the holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, family gatherings, family together, holiday jolly, the smell of pumpkin, right? The smell of cinnamon. These are all marketing strategies that you can use in your content. Colors, brown, dark colors is in the 4th season, right? Dark colors, grays, blues, dark navy blue, orange, brown. These are all colors in the fall, right? See, the power of marketing, it's all in you, your vision. And you use it to your advantage in the 4th quarters, right? Wherever you're at, it should align with it because it has to be relatable. Does that make sense? It has to be relatable, guys. So always remember that when you're creating your content here, you need to make it relatable. Who is your perfect customer, guys? Right? Let's talk about what else? Attraction and paid ads. Oh, we already talked about that. Agency versus digital marketing. We already talked about that. You know, let's talk about social media platforms, right? For stay-at-home moms. I recommend you to use TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Why? Because you're going to create these video content for TikTok stories, Facebook stories, YouTube shorts, and Instagram reels, right? And they're going to pay you. They'll pay you creating content Believe you stay consistent, people, your audience is not gonna miss you. I promise you, they're gonna be right there ready for it. If you're releasing video content at a certain time, believe me, they'll be there. They'll be there. I am subscribed to the Y-Files on YouTube, and he always releases a video on Thursday night, right? So I'm right there on my dinner night. I'm right there looking up the new video. Why? Because I'm a perfect customer to him. I'm a perfect audience to him, and he knows that he has to show up. He has to be committed. He has to create this content and post it, right? And then it just becomes part of your life. This is just your day-to-day life. You know, you're creating content for your business, your brand, and you're branding yourself, and you're building your empire. And that's the power of digital marketing, guys, because you can actually generate your perfect customer, your audience, and go viral off of this. You can. I talk about viral because I've gone viral here on TikTok. How did I do it? I didn't use no paid ads. This was straight up. I created my content, I put it on here, and it worked, right? Based off of the alignment of my text, right? Because I put in my description, the title. I made sure that my wording was right. I made sure that the text was compatible with my screen content, right? I made sure that everything was in line, and my algorithm picked it up. And when the algorithm picked it up, it took it to my perfect customer, right? It took it to my perfect customer, and my perfect customer is now with me, right? And that is the power of social media, guys. You don't have to do anything. And let me explain that to you, right? Yeah, you're creating your content and all that, and you're posting and staying consistent and all that and everything I just told you. But what I mean is to find your perfect customer finds you. That is the secret. When you create your content and you start targeting your perfect customer finds you. Because the algorithm, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, they do it, generated by AI. They go and push it to your perfect customer. They push it to your perfect customer. So your goal is just to focus on your content, right? The power of text, right? Using everything aligned with your description, with your screen text, right? With what you're talking about in the content, right? In the video, what you're talking about, it should be aligned with your title, right? Your hashtag should be aligned too. There should be something in there. If I'm talking about passive income, it's going to be in the screen. Passive income, stay-at-home moms for Hispanic stay-at-home moms. It's going to be in my hashtag. It's going to be on my screen text. I'm going to talk about it in my content, right? I'm going to say it verbally, right? That's how you make a video go viral. That's how you make a video go viral, guys. Is by putting all that combined together in your video, and the algorithm picks it up and just boom, shoots it out there. It took me a while to figure that out, guys. You know that? It took me a while to figure that out. Posting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day. I create video content all day. I'm posting content all the time on here, guys. I stay consistent, and I have a tool behind too. Check this out. There's another thing too that is very powerful, guys. When you want to be discovered in digital marketing and branding yourself and building your brand, the best way to do it is creating content and posting it on multiple platforms. Don't only put it for this audience, put it on all the other audience too. LinkedIn. You don't have LinkedIn? Sign up. It's free. Start posting content there. Post content where you go, right? You need to know who your perfect customer is. And that is based off of social media platforms. Like if you're targeting a younger generation, younger group, right? You're selling shirts or whatever you're into, print on demand. You're selling t-shirts. You're selling whatever you're selling, whatever audience, right? You want to make sure you go like to Snapchat, right? Snapchat is a young community, right? Facebook, a lot of them already left from there because Facebook put too many guidelines and rules on them that they don't like that, and people are leaving from there, right? So they go to Twitch, they go to IG, they're in IG, right? They're over there in Snapchat. It just depends who you're talking to, right? YouTube is powerful. Very powerful. Now, if you're talking to blue collars, right? You want to go get blue collars and white collars like that, go to LinkedIn. That is perfect social media platform. You're a realtor, you sell houses, go to Nextdoor, right? Why not go to Nextdoor? Because that is a community of communities, right? It's powerful. You need to know your platform so you can find your perfect customer, right? TikTok, I don't know. TikTok is something else. I'll tell you that much. TikTok is very powerful, guys. TikTok, you don't even need hashtags anymore. As long as like you go in the power of the text, like I said, put the text in your screen. I talk to Hispanic stay-at-home moms, passive income, online business, 100% profit. These are all my keywords that I use, right? You need to know your keywords, guys. Sit down, write your keywords. Who are you targeting? What are you doing? Who are you looking for? When I go live, when I talk about my lives, when I go doing my video content, I target my keywords right away. And I speak to them and I tell them who I am. Right? I give them a description of who I am. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a small business owner from Texas. And I have, I keep going, and I just keep going and going. What's up, Marty? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for stopping by. And like I was saying, the power of marketing yourself is here, guys. And you can do it. And look, listen to me. Here's another strategy that you can do that can help you grow, right? Because it's a power in your text, your description, like I said. When you're talking to people, you need to use your keywords in there, and that's how you get powerful with it. And like I said, TikTok is a jealous platform. I'm telling you now, guys, TikTok is a powerful platform, and I'm gonna tell you how they do it. They bite off of every other social media platform. Tell me I'm lying, right? Instagram, short form video content, right? Stories. Facebook stories, they got their own story here now, right? Powerful. Hashtags, where did hashtag come from, right? Keywords, right? Now they're competing. TikTok is competing with Google now, guys. So when you write your text, I haven't been doing it, and I did it some, but I need to take time to do it. And I'm gonna tell you how to do it, guys. When you write your description in your video content, put your description, go right under that. You're going to put your hashtags, right? Well, after your hashtags, go right under that and start writing the keywords in the content in what you're talking about, the keywords and the font text on your screen, the keywords in the title, right? Write all those down under the hashtag, right? Just keywords. Because TikTok is now starting to be competitive against Google, right? Because Google is all about keywords. When you go to the search engine over there, right? SEO, it's going to be nothing but keywords, right? So now TikTok is like, oh, shit, well, we can do keywords too. Anybody looking for something, a how-to, or they're looking for whatever you're doing in your line of business, right? TikTok's throwing their videos out there now too. Like, shit, I'm here. TikTok is something else, guys. Very powerful. Anything new comes out on another social media platform, best believe within a month, TikTok has it too. It's somewhere in here. I'm telling you, guys. And that's why I like using TikTok. I used to be a firm, loyal person over there on Facebook. I used to be on Facebook all the time, guys. Like, I lived on Facebook. I wake up and my phone was in my face. Let me get on Facebook, right? I would go to sleep, Facebook on right there. I was there for many years, and I don't spend my time over there no more. I'm always on TikTok. This is my platform. This is where I want to be at. This is totally different, man, because I love it. I love the fact that I can go live here, and there's so much people going through here, man, from all over the world, man, all over the world. I don't know. I just don't have the confidence in Facebook no more, man. I don't see it the way it used to be, I don't see it the way anymore. Like ever since Facebook Meta became Meta, nah, I don't like it no more. I'm out of there. I like TikTok now, man. I like coming on here because this is the platform for me. I'm building my social media empire here, guys. And then another thing too, like there's tools that you can actually use. Now, you don't have to necessarily post like me. That's how I used to do it. And I have a video on my YouTube channel that you can go check out. is how to create content and post it on all the social media platforms, right? You post it on this one, you copy and paste, post it on the other one, copy and paste, post it on the other one, copy and paste, and it took forever, right? But and then whenever I got into this program that I'm in now, my mentor told me about this tool that we have, right? And now I connected that tool to my business. So when I post a video content here, it actually generates and sends it to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It shoots it everywhere. All my social media platforms that I already got connected, it sends them there. And it sends it at a perfect time. Not only at the exact time, it sends it whenever that social media platform has the most driven traffic in that timeline, whatever time it is. It shoots it at that time. So it gives me more chances of getting more videos and going viral, views and everything. And I get to engage and find my perfect customer there because the algorithm is pushing my perfect customer to me. Does that make sense? Man, I hope y'all having fun with me, guys, because I'm having great time. Look at that. Time went by already. It's already 10:06 right now, and I started at 9:05. And I said, well, I'll just go live for 1 hour and then that's it. But I'm telling you, marketing is one of my specialties. I'm telling you, I started in 2016, guys. And the reason why I was pushing to marketing because of my small business, right? My small painting business in Texas. I was trying to find new ways to grow. Here's a story that aligns with marketing, guys, for you small business owners. So I started my business, right? And I was trying to build it. And I started with these business cards because, you know, you get excited. You got a new business and you're like, oh, yes, I got a new business, man. I'm a small business owner now. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go get shirts, caps done. You get your business card, right? You're like, yeah, I went and got magnets done, put them on my ride, right? I started going hard. And then I was like, okay, I need to get jobs. How can I find jobs? So I started going around with my business cards to all the painting shops, going to all the real estate realtors agencies. I'll go to their office and I'll leave my business card. I'll go to the builders, right? All the big houses where those communities, they have trailers where you can go just pull up on them and they're builders there. I wasn't trying to look for a job. I was actually trying to take a big piece of it, right? Because I was trying to get in there. I was trying to get contracted in there, right? But it never happened. I was always giving out cards. So somebody told me, hey, we'll go to, what's it called? It's called BMI. BMI. Go to BMI. BMI is a non-funded organization, right? It's a place where everybody, all these small business owners go and sit around tables, and then you pay like $400 and something bucks a month just to get a plate every Thursday that we go and have meetings there. And then the way it works is that you sit at a table, and then everybody puts a little piece of paper in a little bucket so that you can like refer somebody. They're more into referrals type of shit, right? That's their marketing strategy, is referrals, guys, is their marketing strategy. So I would get up every Thursday. Everybody did. Like when it came to your time, you'll get up, say your name, say your business name, what are you in, what services you have, and that's it. And then you sit back down. And then you hear the next person. You have to hear that shit all for that whole 2 hours. Right? So that somebody could say, oh, so we have a painting company here. Let's refer him. That's it. And that's not a guarantee. So I was like, dude, I don't like this shit, right? I don't like this. I'm going to get into marketing. I'm going to start marketing myself. So I started marketing myself. I started implementing, right? That means I bought a course. And as I was learning, I was actually implementing the business, right? I was like, okay, I'll pause the video and I'll start doing the strategy and boom, right? I was like, okay, create content, go here, boom, 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 create content. Okay. Post that many times, do this, that. So I was into that. I was like, all right, I'll do that. And then I was like, okay, so that worked, right? And I started growing. And I started growing fast. People started calling, right? I started using social media. I wasn't no more with the business cards anymore, going door to door. I wasn't doing that anymore. I learned a new strategy, guys. I went ahead and started using social media. I started posting content, right, of my business. I started showing them, hey, we're in business. We're painters. We paint. Bah, 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 bah. We're dropping this content on all the social media platforms. And mind you, at that time in 2016, I was actually doing it by hand. I was doing it on this social media platform. I'll post a couple of pictures. I'll copy and paste, right, what I wrote in there, and then I'll go to the next platform. I'll post the same pictures in there and copy and paste. And at that time, I was just doing it at my time. I wasn't even looking up when was the perfect times. I just knew that I wanted to post it every morning at all the social media platforms so that it could be there all day. So whoever will go by, they'll see it. So I would just post in the morning, all my social media platforms. It worked. It worked, guys. It worked. The power of social media worked. I started getting calls, guys, leads. People started calling my business. I was literally sitting at BMI at a business meet, bro. And I was sitting there and I got a call. I couldn't take it. They text me and said, hey, we have this business here. We got a big building that we need painted. If you can fall within our budget, which is under 10 grand here and there, we can work with you. And I was sitting here in BNI listening to these people, waiting for another referral. And I finally got tired and I stood up and I said, hey guys, I said, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to ask for my money back, but I'm going to go ahead and step down. I'm going to get off, let somebody else that can sit down in this chair for me that wants to look for this opportunity. I think I found something else that's going to help me, guys. But thank you. No, Alex, don't leave. Don't leave. I said, nah, I'm going to leave, man. I got a better strategy, man. I'm out. So I left and I went straight to that meeting, man, and I made it. You know, and I closed that deal. I made money. I think it was like $6,500 or something like that on that deal. But the point is that I realized the power of social media and creating content and posting it on all these social media platforms. It raised the roof. I started skipping people. Now picture yourself having when you go into business, you have a competition always, right? There's going to be a competitor at all times, right? You got McDonald's, you got Burger King, right? You got Walmart, you got H-E-B in Texas. You got Coca-Cola, you got Pepsi, right? You got Budweiser, you got Bud Light. I like Bud Light. But the point is that you always got a competitor, right, in your business. So there's a list, and that list becomes a line. So it means get in line, right? So the oldest businesses that have been around with all the years, right, under their belt, right, they're more knowledgeable. They exist. They've been around, and they created that proven credibility, right? Now, digital marketing changed the whole world. It changed it up, right? Because when I started creating my content and posting it, right, within a year, people already knew me. There was people literally, business owners, other companies literally posting, commenting on my content and saying, I don't know who this is. I never even heard of them in 20 years. Who are they? Like, dude, what happened here is word of mouth versus digital marketing, social media. That's what happened. You see, it didn't matter if that man was in business for 20, 40 years, right? It didn't matter, and there's a big old line. But when you use the power of social media and start digital marketing and start branding yourself, you skip that line. You go to the front of the line. And all those old heads, all those dinosaurs, they don't understand what's going on. But it's because they stick to the word of mouth, you know, business to business. And you're sticking into the digital world where you're going to put it in everybody's face. Because the power of a phone is what we're living in right now. We're living in the information age, guys. And if you can your goal is to put your content in front of these people's faces every day. You got to be like, every day I need you to show and be like, I'm in your face. 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 That's how I used to be. When I would create my content, I would say that shit to myself. I'd be like, I'm creating this content because I'm in your face. I'm in your face. I'm in your face. I'm in your face. Yep. Why? Because I wanted to show everybody. I wanted to put myself out there. I wanted to be discovered. I wanted to exist. I knew the power of social media was going to get me where I needed to be. And it did. My phone was always going off. I started getting overwhelmed. There was so much work going on for me. It was crazy. And these old heads didn't understand how I did that. And still to this day, I still hear that people say, how do you do that? Well, if you start learning digital marketing, start branding yourself and start expanding yourself, You know, people want to know people, right? Everybody wants to know the to-go guy. Everybody, right? If somebody's talking and blah, 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 and I'll be like, oh, yeah. Oh, I got somebody. I know somebody, right? Everybody wants to know somebody. Everybody wants to know the to-go guy, right? Well, you are the to-go guy. Every time you create your content on here on social media, you are the to-go guy. You're the one that's going to be in front of the public eye because you stay consistent. You stay committed, right? You got to have these things right here. You got to stay consistent. You got to stay committed. You got to keep posting. You got to keep showing up every day. There's going to be days where you don't feel like doing it. But you know what, though? When you do it, you don't know who or the opportunity that you're going to get, guys. Always remember that. It's all in the opportunity. You got to get up and get it. No one's going to come and save you. No one. You know, you got to think about it, man. This is your brand. This is your business. You are the brand. Remember that. You are the brand. You are worthy. So what's the difference between a long video and a short video? Well, the difference is that you can put them in different social media platforms. Long videos, go use them, put them on YouTube. You know, short video, use them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, right? Snapchat. You can use them in a short form video there, right? Video content and how it works to become a digital real estate, right? This type of stuff is, like I said, when you create your content, you want to have a message in your content, guys. You want to drive traffic to your website, even if it's if you have a CTA, right? A call to action, or if you have a regular button. If you have a button on Facebook or wherever you're at, you need to learn your buttons, right? You need to learn what you're going to put in there. If it's going to be learn more, or it's going to be call now or book now, or it's going to be what else is there? There's a lot of everything, right? There's a lot of everything that you can actually implement. You need to adapt, and you need to you need to plug in. You need to plug into social media, guys. If you're not, you're gonna stay behind. And this is perfect. This video is going to be uploaded to my YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe over there. It's going to be in the playlist. Day 3, digital marketing. I am Alex Grader, man, at CEO Mindset. I'll be back for day 4 tomorrow, guys. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be an awesome one. And I'm working my ass off to make sure that these videos are going to make sure to make some life-changing decisions for you and start making multiple streams of income work for you guys, right? Because that is the power of it. Day 1, what did we talk about? What is digital programs, digital products for Hispanic stay-at-home moms? That was day 1. Day 2, the power of automation, how to automate an online business and not worry about always being on there when you can enjoy the things that you love to do more, right? Creating multiple streams of income online. Day 3 today, right? Digital marketing. Why is digital marketing so important? Because it's going to brand you, it's going to build you, it's going to bring you out in the public eye, and it's proof and credibility. People look at you and look up to you. When you walk in, you don't have to explain yourself. I used to do that. When I used to walk in to these big old beautiful houses in the painting business, and I'll walk in and I'll be like, oh, we could do that, we could do this. And you know what they will always tell me? It was funny to me because they'll look at me and be like, oh, it's okay. I know you're good. I saw your work. I seen y'all's work. Why, guys? Because I created content and I posted it and I stayed consistent. I stayed committed, and I knew that somebody was watching, right? My perfect customer was watching, because I don't have to necessarily sit here and stress about my perfect customer. All I got to know is that I got to create content for my perfect customer, because the algorithm, these social media platforms generated by AI, they are already watching every step that you're doing. Like my live right now. When I'm talking in my live right now, the words that are coming out of my mouth, AI is listening right now. AI is listening right now, and they're pushing my live to people that are looking into my keywords: passive income, digital marketing, branding, right? The power of social media, short form video content, right? Agencies, marketing, all these keywords, the TikTok, AI is listening, and they're pushing my audience to me. So don't focus on who is your perfect audience going to be. Focus on your content, because when you post your content and stay consistent with it, guys, Your perfect customer is coming to you. I'm Alex Grader, aka Alex at CEO Mindset, here to inspire and to uplift Hispanic stay-at-home moms so that they can impact other Hispanic stay-at-home moms to the fullest. Peace and love, and God bless you.